You surrender the soul. It is completely absolute. There is no conditions. I'm at a stage in my personal life when my own faith in Sharanagati is being tested to the maximum. In Sharanagati, you don't question. You don't say, no, but what, I wish this were better. I wish it had been this way. It's not my way or the highway. It's your way, your will. And can you surrender in a spirit of absolute no resistance at all? When you surrender the will, can you offer your ego and say that I surrender? That's Atma-nivedana that we find in the mystic words. And there is no sense of separation after a point. I, you, me, all those barriers and divides become immaterial. And there is this realization that we are all one. That state of oneness. And let's be clear, it doesn't come very easy. And we're going to see in some of the verses, it's so much of intense struggle, it's so much of intense agony, it's so much of intense pain to get there. And bhakti is very, very transcendental. It's beyond barriers, it's beyond divides, it's beyond dualisms. I love this beautiful poem by Mirabai, translated by Ramaswamy. It says, the wood burned to become coal, and the coal burned down to ashes. But unfortunately, I burnt and burned. I became neither coal nor ashes. What I presume Mirabai is trying to say is that this whole process of realization, oneness, it's not easy. It doesn't come very easily. There's a lot of struggle. There's a lot of endeavor, there's a lot of prayatnam involved. It's not a path for those who want the easy way out. It's like walking on the metaphorical, proverbial razor's edge. There's a whole lot of struggle which the bhakta, it's like the butterfly emerging from the cocoon. Union with the salt. Realization of oneness is extremely painful. It's a deeply personal, it's a very deeply interior journey. It's a journey or a destination, and it's not a destination. And I love this poem by Alama Prabhu, Kannada mystic and poet, translated by A.K. Ramanujan. It was like the sudden dawn of a million suns, a ganglion of lightning. But tell me, O Lord of the Caves, if you are light, what am I? Oh, there can be no metaphor. I don't want to deconstruct these vachanas endlessly because I think the beauty of poetry is that one is sensitive to the subtext, one is sensitive to what is not said. Here probably what Alama Prabhu is trying to convey is that there can be no metaphor that says it all. I want to really, I don't want to taste the sugar. It's like saying, I want to be that sugar. So he says there's no metaphor. So don't give me metaphors and say, oh, oneness is like this, like that. No way. Interestingly, for a Vaishnavite, I must confess, I'm just discovering Nammarwar, one of the greatest Vaishnavite saints, who was born in Tirunelveli, Naganeri, a place maybe which is just 2.5 hours from here. And the Bhakti movement began in South India, and the Vaishnavite saints, the Alvas, those who were drunk deep in the ocean of devotion. And the Shaiva saints, the 9 monks, were among those in the forefront of the movement. And I love this Pasharam by Nammarwar, the English translation. While I was waiting eagerly for you, for him, saying to myself, if I see you anywhere, I'll gather you and eat you up. He beat me to it and devoured me entire. My Lord, dark as a rain cloud, myself, my Lord, self-seeking and unfair. We are going to go into this more deeply in the next slide. But to me, what struck me was the very strong visceral imagery. There is this sense of I want to devour God. I just don't want to see God. I don't want to see His statue and bow before Him and see the murti of my Deva or my Devata and close my eyes and have darshan and come back. But I want to devour you. Wow! I just said, oh my God, it just should be. I want to possess you. I want to own you. And that kind of this imagery was so strong. There's poetry in it, there is philosophy in it, there is deep mysticism in it. I guess one can't better that. The Bhakta and the divine. I think there is a strange symbiosis. Once again, I'm going back to AKR. A Bhakta is not content to worship God in word and ritual, nor is he content to grasp Him in theology. He needs to possess Him and be possessed by Him. That's what we saw Namarwar expressing. He also needs to sing, to dance, to make poetry, painting, shrines, sculpture, to embody Him in every possible way. This for me is the key word in these lines. Embody. The Bhakta wants to embody the divine. And also Bhakti itself for these mystic poets is a very deeply embodied experience. By embodied experience, I mean that they felt all their experiences were anchored in the body. Very, very beautiful, because usually the body is, I think, given a secondary status. It's the mind which is elevated, it is rationality which is elevated, it is thoughts which are elevated, and the body and the flesh are considered secondary, dispensable, according lower status. But here in the mystic poets, we see the body as something very sacred. It's a shrine. It's a shrine which houses the soul. So, their experiences are deeply, deeply embodied. And for me, as a feminist and as a seeker, that to me is simply very beautiful. Women mystics, when I read their poetry, I find them very transgressive. They flout every norm, every convention, every silly stereotype, every negative stereotype. They bunk it. They debunk myths. They debunk superstitions. And they are not afraid to be seen doing so. They are subversive. They subvert many, many commonly held notions. They really shake at the foundations. I love this the translation, Ekla Chalore, the famous song by Tagore. Trample the thorns under your tread, and along the bloodline track, travel alone. With thunder flame of pain, ignite your own heart and let it burn alone. These mystic poets, they knew that being a seeker is extremely solitary. It's dangerous, as we're going to see some of the verses. I'm not making these statements off the cuff. I'm really anchoring it in their poetry and the verses, as you will see. But they said, we would do anything to get there. We would do anything to experience a taste of oneness. No sacrifice was too big for them. When we read these women mystic poets, these are some of the features that stood out for me. I find all their poetry very provocative. There's an anarchic passion. Passion, yes, but passion is anarchic. You just can't control that passion. You can't dam that passion. You can't just put a lid to that passion. It's volcanic, it's oceanic, it erupts. And one finds a very direct, deeply personal, intimate and equitable relationship with the beloved. They're not your very weak-kneed, very passive bhaktas. I'm ready to take whatever you give me. No, they want a very equitable relationship with the beloved. And there's tremendous agency. They say they negotiate with the beloved on their terms. They're not afraid to speak out their deepest desires. And for me, living in a society where desire itself is taboo and desire linked to the female body is even more taboo, this was absolutely brilliant. And they've had one-to-one conversations with the divine, who is often seen as a beloved, a friend, a lover, enemy, whatever. And there's a range of tonal variations. Sometimes they banter, they share a joke. Sometimes they plead, sometimes they yearn, sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry. All the navarasas, all the 9 emotions you can find in the poetry. And it's highly personal, their poetry. It's deeply philosophical, deeply poetic, and it's almost like a spiritual autobiography of these poets. And they fiercely assert their right to a personal relationship with the divine. Remember, they're not happy with any kind of secondary, they're not happy with someone mediates that experience. No, it's between you and me. Let's be in this together. Me and you, that's all matters. No third person. And there is a raw spontaneity in all their poetry. It's very responsive. It's rooted in their needs. And it's demanding, very sensual, beautifully erotic. There's a lot of erotic imagery, passion.